I just want to make a quick video on cooking a prime rib. There's a lot of different ways to do it. Last week I cooked one. I got it all prepped, put it in the pan like this, and I put it in the oven at 500 degrees for about 5 minutes per pound, so it was about 30 minutes. And then you shut the oven off and you let it sit in the oven, don't open it, for 2 hours. And you end up with really good prime rib. Doing something a little different this week. I cooked it at 250 degrees for about 3 hours, and it just reached an internal temperature of 120 degrees. I used my meat thermometer here, and I put it in till it was sitting in the middle of the roast, so shoved it right in the middle here, right up to the bend. And when it hit 120, I pulled it out. So now I'm going to cover it with some aluminum foil. Give me just a second. Now I'm just going to let it sit there for about 45 minutes to an hour, and it'll rest. The juices will flow back evenly. Now to prep this, what I did is I washed it. I opened it out of the plastic wrap, then I washed it in the sink. And I have this metal grate down here, so I made sure everything was clean. And then I just seasoned it while it was in the sink. That way I don't make a mess everywhere. Now I was going to use my Montreal steak seasoning, but I didn't have a lot of it. So I went with this Kinder's salt, pepper, and garlic. So worked really good last time, and that's what I used this time. Now last time I sprayed it with Pam, give it something to stick to. This time I just seasoned it while it was still wet from washing it off. And then you let it sit in the refrigerator for at least a day, uncovered. I did that on a plate. And then this morning early I took it out and let it sit on the countertop for 4 hours to come up to room temperature. And it was still about 40-some degrees right in the center. And then put your oven on 250 degrees. Put your meat in there, and you need some kind of a rack or something so that the meat is not sitting down in the juices and the oil. If you don't have something, you can cut up onions and potatoes and lay them down there and use that for a bed. So now it's going to sit here for about an hour and rest. And then what you do, so maybe 45 minutes from now, I'll crank my oven up to 500 degrees. Take the foil off, put the prime rib back in the oven for about 15 minutes, and that will sear the outside of the prime rib, and it's going to be perfect. Now we're taking this to some friend's house. I'll see if I can take a short video once I cut it, but I might not be able to. And this also works really good, which is what this is. I got it at Walmart. It's a choice bone-in prime rib. Now you can also do this without the bone, but it's supposed to be better with the bone in. And that's how you cook a prime rib. And when you get done, it's going to have nice pink color all the way through it. It's not going to be overcooked or undercooked. And then if you make up a batch of au jus like we're going to do, then you can get it nice and hot and put your prime rib in there, slice at a time, cook it a little bit more. You could zap it in the microwave for 30 seconds at a time. Somebody wants to cook more than the nice pink. But according to my little chart up here, medium, so this is rare right now, about 120, and then it's going to get up to medium rare probably around 130. But I just want prime rib nice and pink. So that's how you cook it. If you're thinking about doing one, it's really super simple. And for coating outside or seasoning, you can just use salt and pepper if that's all you have. It works really good too. But use a lot because it's a big chunk of meat and it needs to soak in. The real important thing is season it the day before if you possibly can so it can soak into the meat good. And then let it come up to room temperature so that it's not super cold in the center when you cook it. Thanks for watching. Hope this helps you out.